So today I want to review a little bit about what you know about fractions. And first we're going to start by, I'm just going to show you some pictures and I'm just going to ask you some quick questions and let you answer and think about it. Okay? So let's see my first picture. There we go. So my first question is, can I name the shaded part, the colored in part? Can I name that with a fraction? If your answer is yes, and I will say that when I draw pictures, they're not always going to be perfect. So I'll make it very noticeable if it's not fair, okay? So if you said yes to this, maybe I should draw it a little bit like that. That might be a little better. There we go. If you said yes to this, I agree with you. And what fraction would I say? What fractional part of that circle is shaded or colored in black? 1/2, right. And how would I write 1/2? A 1 and that line and a 2 in the denominator. Good. And what does that 2 tell me? The 2 tells me that there are 2 equal parts. And what does the 1 tell me? That I'm talking about one of them. So one of them is shaded dark. So 1/2 is dark and 1/2 is not dark or is not shaded. Good. Okay, now I'm going to flip over and we're going to look at this picture. Can I name that with a fraction? Yeah, I can name it with a fraction. Those look like fair parts. So what fraction would I say if I asked you the question, how much of that circle is colored in black? How much of it is covered in black? Yeah, 1/4. And why do we use the 4 in the denominator? Right, because there are 4 equal parts in that whole circle. Good. Now I'm going to ask you a little extra question. Can you tell me how much of that circle is white or how much is not shaded? Let's see if we can do that together. All right, we're going to keep the same denominator because this circle is still divided into 4 equal parts. So I've got 4 in the denominator. Now how many of those parts do you see are not shaded? 3. Look at that. So 1/4 is shaded. 3/4 is not shaded. Great job. Okay, I'm going to slide my up a little bit. And now I'm going to look at a couple more pictures. Let's look at this square first. Can I use a fraction to name that part that's shaded? Yep. So tell me the answer. How much of that square is shaded? 1/4 is shaded. I didn't even write the word shaded down underneath. 1/4 shaded. Now, knowing what you know from our last practice, how much is not shaded? So I'm going to write underneath unshaded. How much is unshaded? Well, I know I have to write the fraction with a 4 in the denominator because I see there are still 4 equal parts. How many are not shaded? Yeah. And how do I say that fraction? 3/4 with a TH, right? So this is 1/4 and 3/4. And here's your bonus question. What do you think you could answer if I said, what is 1/4 plus 3/4? Yeah, it's 4/4. So it's that whole square. Good thinking. All right, let's look over here at this triangle. Can I use a fraction to name, let's see, let me color some of it in. Can I use a fraction to name that part that's colored in? Not obviously, not the way it's drawn right now. How come? Because that's not fair. Those 2 parts are not the same size, so I can't use 1/2 to name that fraction. So I just have to say the top point of that triangle is shaded in. I can't use a fraction to say it. I can just say part of that triangle is shaded. Good. All right. All right, let's move on to one more little set of pictures down here. Well, there's one right there. All right. Can I use a fraction? We're going to find that this is another imperfect drawing by Mrs. Bennett. Here, I'm going to see if I can correct it with my finger. Let me see if I can do this a little bit better. Not very good drawing, Mrs. Bennett. There we go. All right, we're getting there. Thank you for being patient with me. Goodness. Okay. Knowing that I did a little bit of a sloppy drawing there, can you tell me, what could I call this part, the part that is shaded in that triangle? How much? Yep. 2 in the denominator, and 1 on top. It is half shaded. Great. And now we're going to look at one more little picture. I'm going to move my cover sheet up there so we can concentrate on this. Just for fun, let's look at this one. Do you think that I could come up with a name for how much of that rectangle is shaded in? I bet you I could. If it's fair, which it's pretty fair. Yep, pretty fair. It seems fair to me. What do you think? All right, so I'm going to draw my line because I know I'm going to write a fraction. How many equal parts are there in this particular rectangle? Yep. I'm going to put a 3 down there. And how many parts are shaded? Just 1. A 1 over a 3. Do you know how we say that? 1/3. 1/3. Yeah, we don't say 1/3. We just say 1/3. So 1/3 of that rectangle is shaded. I'm going to write shaded down underneath. And then bonus question, how much of that rectangle is not shaded or unshaded? I'm going to write the word unshaded right there. I know it's still divided into 3 equal parts, so I know that's going to be in my denominator. How many? Yes. 2 of those parts are unshaded. So how do you think we read this? 2/3. Good. Wow, look at you guys go, even talking about thirds. Your first grade teachers are going to be so proud of you for knowing that. Good work. Okay, talk to you later.